here's another thing, and I hate to tell the truth, but men don't listen.
Literally this weekend, my daughter asked me a question. I answered her. She asked me the same question again. I answered her. She asked me the same question again. And I was like, then my son did the same thing. Mm-hmm. And then I walk into my bedroom where my husband is. And I was like, no one in this house listens to me. And do you know what he said? Huh? Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to our channel. That's what Hensley likes to say.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to my channel.
Welcome to my channel. Like and subscribe.
Right there. But for real, welcome to the watch party this week.
Yeah.
If you are new here, this is where we deviate from the main feed a little bit.
Yeah.
We still talk about some crimes.
Yes.
We talk about some things that aren't crimes, but perhaps they should be.
Mm-hmm.
And also just generally whatever we feel like talking about.
I do what I want, I live the way I want, and I'm free.
So if that sounds like something you're into, like and subscribe for real this time.
Exactly.
And never miss a new episode.
Yeah. We're supposed to say that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Today, we are going to be giving you some funny true crime advice.
Yeah, some safety tips.
Yeah, safety tips, things that you can do
to stay safe out there in those streets.
Exactly. But we're getting them from social media videos that we saw that we thought were funny. So,
yeah. So, and I'm sure
we'll lighten it up a little bit.
I'm sure we'll have our own really good advice for you.
Always.
We're so full of good advice.
Always.
All right. Let's start it off. Safety tip number 1.
Okay. Well, one thing that's very dangerous for, and especially women, okay? Like we want everybody to stay safe, but obviously like it's harder for women to stay safe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So walking alone at night, not something men are scared of.
I am scared of walking alone in the night.
Big time.
Because I am scared of the night.
Exactly. The night man cometh.
He does. I don't want him to cometh on me.
Exactly. Ayo. Like, yeah, the night is just a scary, scary thing. Sometimes.
I couldn't help it. You just walked right into it.
I did. Well, the Birdman cometh right now. Bird.
I'm scared of that.
He was not up here till we pressed record.
I know. Anyway.
So like, yeah, my husband will sometimes get up at like maybe not 3 in the morning, like 4 in the morning to go jogging. And I'm like, that's scary. And
your husband is a psychopath for many reasons. One of which is that he runs.
Disgusting.
Second of which is that the hour that he runs is insane.
Like I will not get up early for anything. It doesn't matter.
No. I had to do, when we did 75 hard forever years ago now, there was one time in order to not fail the day, I had to do a workout at like 4 or 5 in the morning because that was the only way I was going to get it in. And I had to walk outside. And because you have to do an outdoor workout, and I needed that one to be my outdoor workout because of the weather. Mm-hmm. And I heard coyotes. Mm-hmm. I was walking down the street by myself. I was scared for my life.
You almost died.
I did almost die. I probably burned more calories in that workout than any other workout simply because my heart was just like, oh my God.
Like there is something to be said for anxiety and cardio.
Around every corner, I was just like, this is it.
Yeah,
this is where they find my body.
I don't believe in jogging, first of all. It's
none of my business.
Yeah, it's against my religion or whatever. And there's 2 reasons that I don't believe in it.
Okay.
One is you could find a body.
That's true.
And I don't want to do that.
No.
That's traumatizing. So like how many cases have we covered where it's like somebody was out jogging and they found something and they're like, is that a mannequin? It's never
a mannequin.
It's never a mannequin.
Never.
I can't think of one time it was actually a mannequin.
No.
And then you could be
the body. I don't.
It's scary.
Yeah.
So we saw a couple videos where if you need to walk home alone at night, you could do what the one woman does and, kind of make yourself look scary.
Yeah. You just go in whatever outfit you've got on, The costume doesn't have to be elaborate. You can work with what you've got.
Sure.
However, you are going to need a mask of some sort. Preferably one of those like form fitted ones. So it like really like hugs the face. And then she did like a little runway walk situation.
I love the music too.
Yeah. If you could pick a theme song, that would probably help too.
Yeah, I think so.
So you just want to like coordinate the mask and the walk and the song together. It's really it's kind of a production But it's a solo production, so it's a one-woman show, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like just, there's you can't put a price on safety.
You can't.
The production costs are worth it, and I think you can write them off.
That's
a
write-off.
That's a write-off.
It's a write-off.
Who's writing it off?
None of my business.
It doesn't matter to me.
Nope.
As long as it's written off.
I wrote it off.
Exactly.
Now it's gone.
It's gone. There was also a woman who did a video where she pretended to be a guy. So she like dressed up as a guy. and
she was Chet from DJ school.
Yeah.
Do you remember me? It's Chet from DJ school.
It's so funny. I think my name would have to be Trevor.
Oh, okay.
What would your name be though?
I mean, I think I'd just go basic with it and I would just be Nick.
Oh, Nick. Okay.
Yeah. You know, I feel like I could remember that. It's just a short version of my name. You know?
I guess that's true.
I mean, Nikita is a masculine name in most other parts of the world. So
that is very interesting to me because I always think of it not.
Well, that's because you know me.
Exactly.
I think
I only know the one.
I think there's a lot of like European dudes, particularly Russian European dudes.
Interesting.
Named Nikita.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And honestly, I could probably take them all. So
there you go. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep the name.
Why not? Yeah.
Decided.
Yeah, I think you need a good wig. I don't know. Just loose clothing.
Yeah. Well, a fake mustache is always good. That's helpful. And then you just have to generally act. Just think of every annoying thing that a man has ever done or said to you.
Jeez,
and then just do that.
That's going to take a while.
Just a lot of spitting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Just a lot of like yelling obscure things, random
You're going to have to scratch your balls like a lot.
Yeah.
Those things are always itching. I'm not sure why.
I don't know.
I feel like maybe
it's gross.
Do we need like a medication? Like what's going on there?
Some powder.
Something.
Yuck.
They are very itchy from what I understand.
And I will say per that video, going this route will slow down your workout. Okay. Like it's going to take you a lot longer to work out because you're going to have to do a lot of parkour, a lot of kick flips and ninja stuff for no reason.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Roundhouse kick.
Yeah. Exactly like that. So if you're trying to improve your running time, this is probably not the route you want to go.
No.
But she did say running time down, confidence though
way up.
Yeah. So think about that when you're making your decision about how you're going to run.
Yeah, I can see that because there's like regular confidence levels and then there's confidence levels of like just mediocre dudes.
Yeah. That's
up
there.
Here.
Yeah.
So
apparently that's the key.
So that's a safety tip. And if you want to boost your self-confidence.
Boom. That's a twofer.
You're
welcome.
Right there. Okay. Now, I saw this video forever ago.
Okay.
And it was so funny. It's the one where the guy is, okay, I'm so old, stitching it, I guess, where he like shows the video and then he does his part thing. Okay. Yeah. So So it's a woman and she's like a police officer.
Oh my God,
or
this
whatever.
one.
And the guy is in the back seat and it's like what to do if somebody's behind you and they try to like strangle you, right?
Yeah.
And so she's like 2 fingers under here.
Yeah.
And then you jam your seat back.
Yeah. Well, you got to unbuckle your seatbelt.
Yeah.
Too.
Okay.
And you got to thread the seatbelt through the loop. And then you got to, it's a multi-step process.
It's a whole thing. I will see.
She does it in slow motion though.
Yeah. Which like, you already did. But anyway. And then she jams the seat back and then she's like, boom, I'm out. And then there you go. And so the guy is like, he does his skit part. And so he gets in the car and there's somebody behind him with the thing. And he's like, I remember. Okay. 2 fingers. And then he's like, put the seat back. But his is
electric.
Because the one she did was not electric, which is like, what are
do
the
they
odds
even make
now?
cars like that anymore?
No. And so he starts pushing it back and it's like,
yeah.
And
that's me. I would be dead. I would be like, okay, sir, I'm going to get out of this. This is going to be a process though. I need you to be this is going to be a collaborative process We're going to work together on this. So when I do my part, you just be still.
Yeah.
This is my time to shine, not yours.
Yeah, you give me like a 50-second head start. You're going to have to start counting when I tell you.
Yeah. I'll let you know when, okay?
It's like Dave Chappelle in Robin Hood Men in Tights when he's like, hold on, bad guys. I have to pump my...
Got to pump up your sneakers?
Yeah.
I know.
I am running out of air. Gotta get pumped.
And like, what are the odds that I'm going to be wearing shoes that are appropriate for running?
Absolutely not.
What is the weather going to be like?
Right.
If I have to run in the rain, in the snow?
No.
Ew.
I
What
can't
if there's
slip and fall.
mud outside?
Yuck.
So much yuck. So many variables. But if you do have a car that you can like all the way back,
You're fairly
you're fine.
golden.
You're going to be
yeah.
safe. The rest of us that don't have those vehicles, because I think they stopped making those kinds of cars in 1972,
Mm-hmm.
you're dead. I'm sorry. But do remember the 2-finger thing.
Yeah,
You might,
yeah. That
might work.
could help.
Or you could just carry a box cutter for any,
And
just to
try
cut
not-
it. Just try to don't cut your own self. Just,
I won't have much luck with that because I just tried to cut a cucumber package one day and I sliced my finger way the fuck open. So,
Oh.
and that was recently, like Christmas.
Mm.
So my chances not good, but I
But
hope
yours might
are.
be. Yeah. These tips are for you guys to do with what you will.
Exactly. I
So.
did see an actual. Well, not the first one was an actual tip, obviously, but I did see somebody doing that because he addressed the whole I have electric seats, it's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
Now he says you can do the 2 fingers still,
Uh-huh.
and then you turn your body to the side,
Uh-huh.
and then I guess you can get out.
I don't know. This takes into account that you got to think fast,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to think faster than your attacker.
Well, that's not gonna work.
I think I would have to just be like, "You've bested me, sir. Let's cut the shenanigans.
Hats off to ya.
Let's cut the shenanigans. There's no need for all this.
No.
I'll do whatever. I'll
You
give you
win.
the keys. You're
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna be mad at anybody. I'm not gonna
No.
call anybody. But just like, can we not?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a good look for me when they have to bury me.
You have made your point.
Exactly.
I
This
yield.
is overkill now.
Yeah, I yield.
Overkill.
It's just because I'm simply not going to ever think fast.
I'm going to think fast, but I'm going to think of either the wrong thing to do because I'm going to forget which way's left and which way's right or something.
Sure.
Or I'm going to think too fast and my mouth is going to say something that should have stayed an inside thought and then I'm for sure dead.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oops.
Those are bad things. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, going back to the walking alone at night, have you seen the girl that acts like a pterodactyl?
Is she the one where she like, well, you tell me.
Well, she's standing on the street corner and she's like, if you're ever like out in public and men approach you and you don't want them to, just act like a pterodactyl. And she like does the arms and she like makes her body weird. And then she just like does this weird pterodactyl screech.
Oh my gosh.
And all of the men are just like, is she insane? And they leave her alone. Act crazy. It works.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like you gotta like crazy eyes them or whatever, you know?
Like the new
yeah,
guy.
because I saw this one girl where she was like, it was something like that. She had longer hair than me, of course. And I'm not upset about it or anything. And she like does her hair like this, and she's like, she like turns around and does this, like it's so funny. And like the noise she makes. I couldn't find that one because I was trying to find,
Yeah.
them, but. Just my brain this morning said, remember all those videos you've watched over the last 5 years?
Yeah.
Find them.
And you're like,
And I found
On it.
some,
that's good.
which I think was pretty impressive. So there's that. That's a tip.
Mm-hmm.
So we have those. We also have, this one I actually did this weekend.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so my husband took our kids to Indiana to do a little ski trip.
Cute.
Just for one night, and they had an absolute blast. But we're going big skiing in Vermont later, so they were going to get some practice. I've hurt my back, elderly, couldn't go. Anyway, so I was home, which is fine, but that scares me. I don't like that.
I don't like that
typically.
either.
So I was obviously very scared at night, and I was like, somebody's obviously, they know.
Yeah, they're going to break
They
in.
know.
This is my chance
I'm
to
dead.
die.
Yeah. So I saw this video, and I actually sent it to my husband, which
He
I
didn't
just
watch it?
gave it away. No, he
Oh.
watched it, but now he knows my method
Ugh, dang
just
it.
in case. But anyway, so this guy was like, if you break into my house, basically like because
Oh,
the
yeah.
entryway is just so messy with all your kids like shoes and crap that they'll just trip over that and they'll die. And I was like,
100%, yeah.
that was really smart. So you better believe I took my ass over to where our shoe spot and all the shoes were in the basket and I dumped that basket out in front of the front door. Yeah, there's this video that Riley Laster did and she was talking about when people go missing and she's like, why is it that when there's somebody who's missing that they have the women sit home and stay by the phone and they have the men go out and look? And she's like, my husband can't find the scissors in the drawer.
Yeah.
It was really funny. My brother can't find the toilet water with his pee or whatever. I don't remember how she said it, but obviously because they always miss and they can aim. But like, she's like, they can't find anything. Like you can't, you open the fridge, you can't find anything there. Like, why are they looking?
I just need a couple of, RK cuties from like from one of our groups to take a day off. And just like scour my social media, scour whatever they got to do and find me. It's not going to take long. I'm confident in their abilities. I need these online sleuths on the case.
Exactly.
If the sheriff is an old man, I need him to sit at home. Sit this one out, buddy. This is not your time.
No,
this is not for you.
No, it's
come get
not.
me.
Yeah. If somebody's going to find me,
not going to be that guy.
It's going to be a woman.
100%. Or puppy.
Oh, or
cute little dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get the women out with the puppies.
Exactly.
And here's another thing, and I hate to tell the truth, but men don't listen.
No.
So if you're going to interview, like, if it's a missing woman, you interview her husband. Did she say she was going anywhere today?
Literally this weekend, my daughter asked me a question. I answered her. She asked me the same question again. I answered her. She asked me the same question again, and I was like, then my son did the same thing. And then I walk into my bedroom where my husband is, and I was like, no one in this house listens to me. And do you know what he said? Huh?
Are you kidding me?
So that's why I say, police, let's think about it. Let's think about who we're asking questions to.
Yeah. Which brings us to the If I Go Missing notebook.
Yes. Which, genius. Fantastic.
Genius. I'm going to have to start like posting photos of myself regularly. That way there are some good options to like
that's true.
Put out
and
on my poster.
I don't take pictures of just myself either. It weirds
I don't
me
either.
out.
And we're going to have to start.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And videos, because you never know. I mean, if you're going to do like
there's videos of us now.
Okay, well, yeah. But like those candid, like, stuff that you'd play like at
you need your own B-roll
or
you're gonna have to start filming your own B-roll. We've got to work on our missing poster photos.
Yes.
So, but what I think we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have one of us like dressed, ready to go out for the day look.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have a gremlin look
at full Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I go missing, that's my identifying mark. That's how you'll know.
That's
so
true.
What's yours? How are we going to identify you?
Oh, no. I don't know.
You're going to have to get a tattoo on your forehead or something.
I do have some tattoos, but they're fairly run-of-the-mill,
Oh.
I got a puzzle piece. I got a leaf.
Oh,
I have a leaf on my foot that people think is a real leaf. And one time I was getting a dress hemmed and she kept swatting my foot, and I was like, I was like, oh, maybe the dress is in the weird spot. And she kept doing it, and I was like, oh, that's not real. That's a tattoo.
Does it look that real?
I didn't think so. I mean, it's like a fall leaf.
Okay.
Okay, so I went with like a fall motif.
I love.
Initially, the tattoo, Tori and I each have one, and this was early aughts, okay?
Oh.
So she had a pair of earrings that were leaves.
I love.
And so we literally took those to the tattoo place and we're like, put that on my foot, thank you. And she went with like a green and purple and whatever. And I went with the fall thing.
So as long as we find your foot, we'll know it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Good. As long as you find my head, you'll know it's me.
And then another thing that she put in her folder was, possible affair storylines.
Oh, yeah.
Possible suspects. Her cranky neighbor is on there.
Okay.
She had some things, where some of the outfits that she made, I guess, angered people. So she's like, the U.S. women's, whatever, like maybe that. could be a possible like suspect list.
Yeah.
Always your husband is the first suspect.
Always, obviously.
And, they're just going to have to get vetted and hopefully.
Yeah. And I would say that it's probably a good idea when you're making your binder to throw in some things that maybe you're not interested in potentially, but that might encourage people to find you. So like some like really pro, like we really support the troops kind of stuff. I don't know that you wouldn't be into that, but you know what I mean? Like we support the troops. We back the blue.
Mm-hmm.
We really love our local humane society because we want the dogs out there. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just saying like, whether you really support it or not is irrelevant. Make sure, just like go ahead and make that donation to like, to the ASPCA or whatever it is.
And there you go.
And then they'll know, okay, she loves the dogs. We got to bring the dogs in.
Yeah.
Is it ASPCA?
I think so.
Whatever.
That's the Sarah McLachlan one, right?
Yeah.
I will remember you.
So I'm just saying, like, just make some donations to some of the people that might be out there.
Cover those bases.
You want them to know that you support them. You're coming in, well, they're going to need to come to you, obviously, because you're missing.
Sure.
But like, but you're excited to see them.
Yeah.
And you're fully on their team.
Yes.
And whatever they need.
100%.
And clean up your search history. Might be time to start using dark mode when you're searching some things, not everything.
Sure.
You're going to want to leave a trail.
Yeah.
Things to really consider. Who's on your list of possible affairs? Not Henry Cavill anymore because I saw him out there in flip-flops. You know how I feel about that.
I'm going back to him. I have to.
No.
Have you heard him talk?
Torella.
I feel like sometimes people make mistakes. We
That
have
is
to forgive those mistakes.
Forgivable. But Henry Cavill, I would not forgive. And especially not for that accent. Like, come on. He feels it's giving run-of-the-mill British accent right now, and I don't like it. I feel like he can be... That man walked outside in the wild in open-toe thong sandals, and I will not forgive him for it.
In his defense,
No.
he's a dad now. And they do shit like that. Who would your affairs tab be?
I mean, it has to be someone believable, right? Or no?
No.
Okay.
Could be anybody.
In my fantasy land, it would be like Kylie Kelsey. Like, if I'm going to have an affair, it's going to be shocking, okay? So I'm just going to go rogue.
Yeah, I love
and
that.
I love her.
Yeah.
And I think we'd get along really well. And I think when people looked at her and they looked at me, they'd be like, it makes sense. Yeah. We could see how we got here.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Have you seen those videos on TikTok? It was like a trend for a little bit where it was like lesbians like dressed up and they looked so hot and it was like making straight women gay or something like that. And I was like, you might fucking get me.
Yeah.
You might fucking get me.
Listen, if something ever happens to my husband, I'm not going to get married again to a man because how embarrassing for me. Unless it's a gay man and this is just like a lavender marriage situation.
A
situation. Situation in
like
which case,
Mr. Williams, BK Pause.
yeah, I would do
I love
that.
his lavender marriage videos.
That's the only way.
100%.
Otherwise, it's going to have to be a woman. And unfortunately, I just don't think that's really like realistically in the cards for me. I just can't.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate that I'm attracted to men.
I know, but here we are. Or Cillian Murphy, but only Peaky Blinders Cillian Murphy.
Okay, so we had to do me and Sean did a hear me out. Okay, listen. Cillian Murphy, obvious on the list. Not a hear me out for any reason.
No.
However, my hear me out. Are you ready?
I don't know if I am.
Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow in Batman. Yeah. And as that crazy guy on Red Eye.
You tell the flight attendant and your dad dies.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't ask questions. I don't want to talk about it.
Right. Yeah. No questions allowed. Okay.
Yeah. Who's your hear me out? It needs to be a weird one because I gave you a weird one.
I would have to think about that. I know
Okay.
I have one.
I would also say the dad in Twilight. Not a hear me out, but like
The blonde guy?
no, ew.
Oh. Well, who's the dad?
Bella's dad.
Oh, her dad. I thought you were talking about his
Yeah.
dad. Okay, full disclosure, I've never seen Twilight. I've only seen people make fun of it on YouTube.
Okay,
but I've
so
seen enough clips that I know who
The next watch party is going to be Torella recapping
God.
Twilight for us. This is fantastic. Oh my God. You have to watch it.
Really?
Yes, it's so bad.
Okay, yeah. Because I've
And
seen
good
people like
and
recap
bad.
it, and I'm like, this looks so stupid.
I turned it on one day because there was nothing on TV, and I was just like, what a fever dream.
You better hold on tight, spider monkey.
I know who my Hear Me Out is.
Oh, who?
Sorry. Billy Crystal.
Okay.
But like in the 80s and 90s, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
I think he was great.
Put them on the suspect list. If you have one, put them on the suspect list.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be investigated.
Yeah,
for lots of reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to have a list. You got to have a good look. Because if only your husband is on it, that does not look good for him. I do have one actual safety tip that I've been hearing about too, just to maybe like end on. There are, I guess, like, you know, if somebody ever approaches you, like say at a gas station, you're pumping gas. Apparently this has been happening a lot where like a man will come up and be like, hey, I'm having trouble getting my credit card to work. Can you come help me? Like,
no, I'm not your mother.
Your answer is
Figure it out.
Your answer is no. Is there ever going to be a time where a man genuinely needs help? Maybe.
If he does, though, is he actually going to ask? No. That's a for real thing, though?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then do they just like kidnap you or do they steal your identity? Because identity theft is not a joke.
No. They try to kidnap you. Yeah. So they'll kind of act like some of them will be like, oh, I either need help with my credit card or I drop my credit card under, I can't get down there. And then they try to like
then move your car.
I know. Yeah. But of course, I mean, again, you know, like as women, we're taught to be nice and you don't want to be rude. To be nice. And like, no, you weren't. I
am kind, but I'm not always nice. Oh. Yes, that too. Yeah. No, I feel like I'm a kind person. Yeah. Like I want people to be well and I want to help them and I want them to do great, but I'm not like, I don't feel like I have to be nice to you.
No. So, you know, do what you got to do to stay alive, you know? And if you have to tell people no, tell people no. And it's hard for some people.
Yeah. For some people. My default is no.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah. Safety tips. There you go.
There you go. Well,
safety tips at all. That's what this episode is.
There you have it. Yep.
So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. And we'll, you know, catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.